Hello, my name is Summer Chaudhry. We're going to be taking a look at my newsletter today. Just give me a second while I pull it up. So, this newsletter is about infant child development, and we read some articles. The first article we took a look at was called Math at Home Adds Up to Achievement in School. So, this article began by talking about how many parents neglect their responsibility to support their child's math learning journey because we're taught that reading and language skills are more important during a child's developing years. This article, however, studied an app that was designed to increase math interactions between parents and children. So, about 600 first graders and their parents were recruited to be in either a reading group or a math group. The parents were asked to read passages and answer corresponding questions with their children, and they did this a few times a week, and they did this for about a year. The results ended up being that the math group was achieving higher math grades in the classroom as well. This goes to show that when parents are having math related interactions with their kids, there is a positive correlation between that and their children's classroom performances surrounding math. The results from this app also revealed that it's more beneficial for parents for that have high anxiety towards their children's math learning to use this app. The next article we took a look at was Do Babies Learn from Baby Media? This was an interesting one because we're always seeing these new technologies and shows and toys for babies, and we're always thinking that it's going to have such a great impact on the children. However, there's really little research and study to back this up. So, this study was surrounding a best selling DVD. And what the DVD did was show and repeat objects to the viewer. In this case, they were 12 to 18-month old infants. So there were three various groups. The first group was infants who viewed the video, solely just viewed the video, no interactions, and it proved that the video did really nothing for these infants. The next group was a group of infants who watched the video but also interacted with the video. These kids did learn somewhat, but they didn't learn nearly as much as the last group, which was infants who didn't even view the video at all. They just had interactions with their parents. And this group they learned so much more from real human interactions than this media did. Going to show that infant media doesn't do nearly as much for infant development as it's believed to do, and interactions are really what matter most. The last article we took a look at was called Infant Behavioral Inhibition Predicts Personality and Social Outcomes 3 decades later. So, it is believed that temperament in children is related to their adult personalities, but there was never really research surrounding this because there is a lack of measurement for abstract concepts such as those. The researchers in this article observed 165 infants for 3 decades. So when they were infants, they assessed their behavioral inhibition. And behavioral inhibition is when a child is hesitant towards unfamiliar situations. The level of behavioral inhibition was assessed in those infants using an observation paradigm. When those same kids were age 15, a flanker task was done on them used to measure their error monitoring system. And finally, at age 26, those same adults responded to questionnaires to report their personalities. A positive correlation was found between high levels of behavioral inhibition at infancy to being introverted as an adult. It also leads to a higher risk of adult internalization of anxiety and depression, which was also correlated to higher error monitoring systems in adolescence. The personality and psychopathology of adults does ultimately root back to their temperament in their infancy. Thank you for listening to my news article today, and I hope you learned something as I did from doing this research.